Hello, faith leaders, and welcome to Breaktime. Today's proverb is 27:21. Fire tests the purity of silver and gold, but a person is tested by being praised. You would often think we were tested by being insulted. That's a way that we're tested as well. But I think a true test comes is when the applause of man starts happening. How do we respond when people are paying attention to us? When all eyes are focused on us, and then something happens. Something happens in the midst of that. And if we're not really careful, this something is called the praise of man. We become so used to being praised that we become almost addicted to it. And it almost becomes like if we're not praised, we don't quite sure know how to function without that praise happening. And so it can become addiction. It also can become one of those deciding factors for us, that we will do things to be praised by men. And that's a true test. And the Lord isn't asking us to do things so that we can be praised and applauded by man. He's asking us to do things to bring glory to him. He's asking us to do things. If we love him, we will obey him. And so he's given us these commands to obey. And one of them is not to work according to the applause of man. But how about if we turn our focus a little bit and we work to get the applause of God so that all of our focus and attention can be focused upon receiving and doing everything that we do unto God, giving all the glory to God. And so that's a true test. And I know that you're probably applauded in your work. I'm applauded in mine. And sometimes like I said, it can become so addicting that when people stop applauding, it becomes like, oh no, now what am I doing wrong? And almost becomes some sense of paranoia. There must be something I'm doing wrong. Instead of looking at it as am I doing everything that I'm doing unto the Lord? And is God pleased in the midst of my work, and allowing him to applaud over my work instead of striving to always please man? And you know what? Sometimes because you're receiving applause of man does not necessarily mean that you're doing everything unto God's glory. There's a lot of applause of man going on that God is not pleased with. So remember that. Remember that the true test comes. Are we doing everything that we can to give God glory and allow him to applaud our work? You, faith leader, have a glorious blessing.